Have you ever heard of the Isdal Woman? An enigma that has captivated the minds of mystery enthusiasts for decades. This tale begins in the frosty climes of Norway, where a woman of unknown identity met a strange and untimely demise. Her story is riddled with peculiarities and unanswered questions, from her untraceable origins to the baffling circumstances of her death. But who was she, and why does her story continue to intrigue us? Let's delve into the enigma that is the Isdal Woman. On a chilly morning, in November 1970, in the remote Isdalen Valley, Norway, a horrifying discovery was made. The serene beauty of the valley was shattered when a group of hikers stumbled upon a gruesome sight. There, in an area known as Death Valley, lay the charred remains of an unknown woman. The body, partially hidden by rocks, was found in a peculiar state. She was on her back, her front severely burned, and her fists clenched tight. The grim scene was punctuated by an array of unusual items scattered around her. There were a dozen pink sleeping pills, an emptied bottle of liqueur, 2 plastic bottles that had held gasoline, and a burnt passport. The woman's identity was a complete mystery, her features distorted by the fire. But the strange items found with her, especially the burnt passport, hinted at a life shrouded in secrecy. It was a scene that raised more questions than answers. As the police delved deeper into the case, the mystery only thickened. The investigative team sifted through the scant evidence, their frustration mounting as each lead turned into a dead end. The peculiar details of the case painted a picture of intrigue and secrecy. One of the most baffling aspects was the labels removed from her clothes. It was as if someone had meticulously tried to erase her identity, to make her untraceable. The belongings found at the scene only deepened the enigma, a collection of items that seemed ordinary yet carried an air of mystery. They included a suitcase, some foreign currency, a bottle of liquor, and most intriguingly, several wigs. None of these items provided a clear link to who the Isdal Woman was, or where she might have come from. The investigation was like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces, each discovery raising more questions than answers, leaving the investigators grappling in the dark. The autopsy report was expected to provide answers, but it only added to the confusion. The medical examiners, perplexed by their findings, noted the presence of a high dose of sleeping pills in her system. This alone could have been fatal, but as if this were not puzzling enough, they also found significant amounts of carbon monoxide in her blood. It seemed she had been sedated and then exposed to lethal levels of the gas, but here's where it gets even more bewildering. Despite these findings, her body showed no signs of a struggle, suggesting she might have willingly ingested the pills. The forensic team delved deeper, analyzing her hair and nails for further clues. They discovered that she had been traveling extensively in the months before her death. Yet no clear motive or cause of death could be established. The forensic analysis painted a picture of a mysterious death. The Isdal Woman's story was turning out to be an enigma wrapped in a riddle, leaving everyone with more questions than answers. The Isdal Woman was as elusive in life as she was in death. This phrase perfectly encapsulates the enigma that she was, a woman with many faces, many identities, yet none of them truly her own. The mystery is not just who she was, but who she pretended to be. Among her belongings, investigators found multiple fake passports, each bearing a different alias. Each of these identities told a different story, a different life, yet none provided any solid leads. She seemed to be a master of deception, a chameleon blending into her surroundings, never truly revealing her true self. Her travels, too, were shrouded in mystery. She had been to many places, from the bustling city of Paris to the quiet towns of Italy. She moved around frequently, never staying in one place for long. It's as if she was always on the run, from what or whom we may never know. Her last known activities were as mysterious as the rest of her life. She was seen in several places around Bergen, Norway, before her untimely death. But what she was doing there, who she met, or why she was there in the first place, remains unknown. Each of these identities, each of these travels, adds another layer to the enigma of the Isdal Woman. They give us glimpses into her life, but they also raise more questions than they answer. She was a woman of the world, but a woman without an identity. Over the years, many theories have been proposed about the Isdal Woman. The mystery that shrouds her life also conceals her death. Some believe she was a spy who knew too much. Her multiple identities, removed labels, and extensive travels certainly point towards this clandestine life. The Cold War was at its peak, and Norway was a strategic location, making this theory plausible. Others speculate she might have been a high-profile criminal on the run, constantly changing her identity to evade capture. Yet another theory suggests a scorned lover seeking revenge, accounting for the brutality of her demise. There are also whispers of her involvement in black market dealings, her travels and multiple identities serving as a perfect cover. The world of espionage and the underworld are rife with such tales. Yet all these theories remain just that, theories. The truth about the Isdal woman's life and death remains as elusive as her true identity. Despite the passing of time and advancements in technology, the Isdal woman case remains an unsolved mystery. From the bizarre circumstances of her discovery to her multiple identities and inexplicable travels, the enigma only deepens. Coupled with the baffling evidence and the lack of definitive motives, the mystery of the Isdal woman's identity and the circumstances of her death continue to perplex us. Who was the Isdal woman? We may never know, but the mystery will continue to intrigue us.